My name is Alan Freed. I'm an attorney. I work with the law firm of Paul, Kamazine, and Blumenthal in Clayton. And I have been involved in the collaborative practice movement in St. Louis since 2002. Was one of the founding members of the Collaborative Family Law Association. I believe in this process for a lot of reasons. I've been a mediator since 1986, so it's a major part of my practice, that the idea of resolving divorce in a way that allows people to maintain control over the outcome, keeps them out of the courtroom, allows them to plan for their future. That's what this process allows us to do. Everybody who walks through my door as a divorce client walks through with a great deal of fear. Fear is probably the most predominant emotion at the beginning of the divorce process. And the issue for the lawyer really is how do we deal with that fear? How do we manage that fear? Everyone is concerned about what's going to happen to them, what's going to happen to their relationship with their children. Can they pay their bills? Will they be able to afford the support that they're being ordered to pay or that they're agreeing to pay? All of those things are of great concern. And we as lawyers have an obligation to manage that fear and to help them understand what the path looks like going forward. In the collaborative process, we always include a mental health professional. And that mental health professional's role includes helping us to manage those emotional issues. As lawyers, that's not our training. We may have developed certain skills and sensitivities in the course of our practice to allow us to deal with those emotional issues. But having the support of a mental health professional as part of our problem-solving team is tremendously helpful. It allows us to deal very effectively with those mental health and emotional and psychological issues that people are struggling with through the divorce. It helps them to have conversations that are difficult. I often say that if you're having a conversation about money in the context of a divorce, it's really a conversation about the history of the marriage. It has to do with what their roles were and how they handled money and issues of trust, and that gets into areas of emotion. And having a mental health person as part of the team allows the lawyers then to focus on the facts while not letting the emotional issues become a barrier to our ability to really get an effective and mutually satisfying resolution of the case. I think people recognize that going through a divorce, particularly if they have children, particularly if they have younger children, that they're going to have a future relationship with their soon-to-be former spouse. The traditional litigation process often puts people in the position of becoming adversaries with the person that they're then going to have a partnership with in the business of raising children in the future. That's tough to deal with, and it's hard to recover from. The collaborative process, because we do take into account these emotional issues, allows the healing to begin during the divorce negotiation process, because we are dealing with and managing those emotional issues so that when the process is concluded, there's a sense of having really resolved not just the financial issues, not just the parenting plan, but in fact having begun the resolution and the healing of the emotional issues. And it allows people then to emerge from the divorce process with all the tools that they need to co-parent successfully and to deal with all of the other issues that they're going to be dealing with post-divorce with a real plan and without having to heal from the wounds of the divorce in the same way as they do in an adversarial proceeding. I can be reached at my direct dial number of 314-244-3653.